Hey everybody, Mary Bacon with you today, and I have a short video for you to go through some animal proteins and to find out how much protein you need per meal or how much protein you need for your body weight. So today I got super excited because it is really interesting to see the weight of one protein source as opposed to another. Now, if you're curious like me, get yourself one of these scales. Now, I got this from the supermarket and they're fairly cheap. They're about $10 to $15, depending on your country. And you will be able to measure out the particular protein that you enjoy, but also the protein source that you need for lean muscle mass, fat loss, balancing hormones, and just a general well-being. You will notice I have two platters here. One is lean protein, so there's hardly any fat in this section here. For example, eye fillet, lean mince, turkey, slices of turkey, and halloumi cheese. Whereas on the other side, we have more of fatty protein. For example, prosciutto, salmon. This is wild caught salmon, and I personally love it, and I have it quite a lot. Also, we have chicken thigh fillet, and then we have lamb chops. On the side here, I have 2 eggs and 4 egg whites. And the reason I've done that is because we want to figure out how much protein is in each serving to give you 30 grams of protein. So what I have done is I have measured it out on my little scale here, and I've put exactly the amount that you need. Now, two things I want to make a point of. If you are on a diet and you're on a calorie control diet where you have your macros, which are protein, carbs, and fat, where you need to have low fat, you will need to eat lean type of protein. However, if you're more on a ketogenic diet, then you will need to add more fatty proteins. So you have your protein plus your fat. You got your protein and your fat. So it really depends of where your goal is, whether you're balancing hormones out or whether you're doing the calorie control program. Personally, myself, I run 2 different programs. One program is intermittent fasting, and it's with lean proteins because I add the carbohydrates in that meal. In the other program, I run moderate keto, which means protein and fat as your fuel source. So things like smoked salmon, things like chops, things like T-bone steak, any of the fatty types of protein, which is going to fuel your body, curb your cravings, if not eliminate them, and help you to lose weight. I want to just highlight the fact that you can combine any of these proteins, and for example, you could have your eggs, you could have them with your smoked salmon. You can have your halloumi with your eggs, either for protein or for lunch. If you're looking for a snack, you can definitely have some prosciutto. So there's a variety of ways of mixing up your daily protein content. It's just a matter of knowing how much you need for the day. For example, if you're a person like me who exercises quite regularly, example is 4 times a week, and I don't need to lose any weight, but I do want to keep my lean muscle mass. So I am 57 kilos. For that 57 kilos, I will need 1.6 grams of protein per every kilo of body weight. 57 kilos times 1.6 grams of protein. Now, my protein content or my daily consumption will look very different to the person that may be needing to lose weight, and they may be around 100 kilos to 120 kilos, okay? So they will need 1.6 grams per 120 kilos, which is literally double of what I would need, right? So it's important to know where your protein is coming from and also how to break it down into your day. For example, for me, if I am needing around 100 grams of protein, I can break it down in 2 meals, or I can break it down in 3 meals. For example, this here in front of me is 30 grams of protein per serve of halloumi cheese or turkey, shaved turkey, or I could have my mince, lean mince, or I could have my eye fillet. Also, I can have any of these proteins 3 times a day. So this will give me 30 grams times 3, that's about 90 grams of protein per day. If, however, I am doing heavier weights, I will need a little bit extra protein. So give and take about 20 grams, which would be 3 eggs or 3 egg whites. Now, I know a lot of people are confused about the cholesterol and the fat that may be in certain types of protein. For example, if you have eggs, I have 2 eggs here and 4 egg whites. Those 2 eggs, people say to me like, oh my goodness, 2 eggs a day, that's a lot of eggs and a lot of fat to eat. You got to remember, if you're using the carnivore diet or the ketogenic diet, you need that fat to help you burn fat. And also, I have done a blood test on myself, and also I get my clients to do a blood test before they start, say, a ketogenic diet, so I can monitor them and also make sure that their cholesterol does not go up. Also, you need cholesterol for your hormones. One of the things that has gone wrong in our society is that we have kept everything low fat, low protein, low fat, low carbs, low this, low that, low brain power, low energy, and we have high anxiety, high depression, high increase of diabetes. It's just gone crazy. So to avoid that, you really need a health expert or somebody like me who works in this field and who can explain to you why you're having lean protein as opposed to why you're having high fat protein in your food. So I wanted to point something out to you because this is super interesting, and satiety is really a key. For example, if I really wanted to feel full, obviously I would like to eat more protein. Now I'm going to use my tongs here because I'm going to be picking on different food. But if you can see the palmful of this lean meat, which is my eye fillet, right? By the time I cook that, there you go, by the time I cook that, it's going to shrink, okay? Now, if I was to have my turkey on the other hand, now have a look at this. That's 120 grams, 120 grams of turkey, as opposed to 150 grams of the lean eye fillet. Have a look at how much more I get of this turkey. I mean, if I was to show you that and I was to make a meal for you in my home and I gave you that much turkey, I can guarantee you, you're not eating this much protein. Most of the women that I eat with, they'll say, oh my gosh, that is just so much protein. I would never eat that. Or at least I will slice it maybe in between 2 meals. So I'll have a main meal and I'll also have a snack with that. So 120 grams of turkey, it's quite a lot, but then it isn't. And when you combine it with a beautiful low carb, say salad or low carb vegetables, you will see that it's actually quite filling and you're feeling satisfied without going, oh my goodness, I need to diet, I need to cut out, I need to drop weight, I need to. So stop that. The key thing here is to learn where your protein is going to come from. So I will also put in the description below how much this actually costs per say 150 grams per 140 grams, because also what you want to do is like, oh my goodness, smoked salmon, especially if you get wild caught salmon or if you get New Zealand salmon, it is more expensive than other brands on the market. So you do pay for quality, however, it does end up and it costs a lot more. Things like chicken thigh fillets, obviously they're going to be a little bit cheaper than the whole chicken or even the breast fillets. So personally myself, I have variety of these foods on different days. Or if I have, say for example, steak tonight, I might cook another steak for tomorrow because then I don't want to have to cook a fresh meal for lunch. Does that make sense? And this is one of the things that I teach my people, is that when they are preparing their food at nighttime, cook a little bit extra. You're going to know intuitively over time how much protein you should have. So cook it the night before, the next day you have got your protein covered. So I hope this was insightful to you. I will put all the description in the on this channel here. Please follow me on Instagram or subscribe to this channel if you like the content that I produce, and maybe make a comment and let me know if I can help you with anything else. Until next time, stay healthy, stay fed, and protein up.